Welcome to OTL Animal News, the show where we bring you stories about everything and anything animal related from around the world. I'm Izik Nox, and this is Jason Kenzie. On today's top story, we have Justin Bieber adopting cats, very expensive cats. A walrus sinks a Russian boat, and piranhas found in a Canadian lake. For our first story, we go to Canada.
No. Oh, is that where? Yeah, he lives in Canada now.
Yeah, Justin Bieber lives in Canada.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about Justin Bieber, and he has bought 2 kittens. They are Savannah mix, kind of exotic.
Yeah, not 1, but 2.
And these cats are cute. But what's happened is, Peta is pissed off that Justin Bieber paid $35,000 for both kittens.
That's like 75 million pesos or something.
And this is terrible. This is one of the worst stories I've ever heard. Not because he paid this money for these kittens. The fact is, these kittens are going to live the rest of their lives having to listen to Justin Bieber's music.
Peta has expressed that instead of adopting like rescue kittens, which is something we actually promote on this show, he had purchased for a very high price exotic cats that certain people breed just for the purpose of making a lot of money.
I once paid 35 cents for a little turtle. It was so cute. Didn't do much though. I mean, I tried to play fetch with it and it took me an hour. And the ball only went about 5 feet. Yeah, it was expensive, 35 cents. Now, these kittens, because they know Justin Bieber, they've already signed with a record label. Yes, Def Jam Records, which is great, but the problem is, if you heard what I said earlier, these cats are going to be wishing they were deaf.
These cats are named Sushi and Tuna, ironically.
Can't make this up.
Links down below to their new album.
It says here that the name of their first single is For the Love of God, Please Save Us. Soon after these kittens were purchased, Justin Bieber found out that they had fleas. Instead of getting rid of the fleas, he actually signed them also to a record label under a new boys band with 2,000 members. The name of the boys band is, God damn, these things are itchy!
Originally, the band was going to be named 21 Pilots, but since that was already taken, it got changed to 2100 Pilots.
Let me tell you something. These guys, they can dance. They can do a great hip hop. Hop, 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 hop. Because they're fleas.
For our next story, we go all the way to Canada again, where a lake has been infested with piranhas.
This is an incredible story, and it's so true. There were 2 piranhas found in a local lake on Vancouver Island. It was caught by 2 fishermen. I mean, this is an amazing story, because if these piranhas turn out to be able to have sex and mate, and be able to have babies, these babies are going to just take over the entire lake, and people are going to get bitten. It's going to be terrible. On a serious note though, the person that did put these piranhas into the lake, they knew exactly what they were doing.
That's right. As you probably know, piranhas are carnivorous and extremely vicious, and they don't exist naturally in Canada. So whoever put them in there probably knew that these piranhas, if they could mate, they will reproduce at an extremely fast rate, because they'll eat every single fish in that lake, and then they'll start eating the swimmers that come to the lake, and it's going to be a problem.
It seems like these piranhas were migrating up to Canada from South America. This is where they came from.
Mainly to get great tax benefits.
Because Justin Trudeau have an open door policy. So they're coming from everywhere. Even the wildlife is moving north. They since have claimed asylum at the local koi pond in downtown Vancouver.
Yeah, Jason, this is definitely an interesting story. I go swimming in lakes all the time, and in Canada here, you jump into a lake, and yeah, sure, you might hit just a regular fish, but you never think that you're going to jump in and your leg's going to get bitten off. I wonder what's going to happen to them when the lake freezes over. I'm wondering if the piranha are just going to freeze and then unfreeze, or if they're just going to die off.
No, I believe that there's going to be hundreds of people attacked by ice cubes. It'll just be like building a snowman, and suddenly these icicles will be just coming after them from left, right, center, all over the place. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. What I do know, in the summertime, if you guys are looking for a great lake to go swimming at, this is the one to go to. And for bonus, if your husband pisses you off, you just cut his finger and push him into the lake. Authorities are afraid that the local mafia is going to be taking advantage of the situation. They won't have to have cement blocks anymore. They just kind of throw the bodies into the lake and the piranhas will do the rest for them.
I have nothing.
Authorities do know now why there are shoes with feet in them. It's because piranhas are only eating the bodies because they can't stand the taste of any shoes that are sold at Target.
We no longer have Target here.
Exactly. Because they couldn't sell shoes. Can you imagine the fisherman that caught the piranha the first time? You know, he's just there. La la la. Mm-hmm. Oh, trout. La la la. Oh, trout. La la la. Oh God, it's not a trout.
For our next story, we go to Mother Russia, where a walrus has deflated an inflatable boat that was supposed to be unsinkable, kind of like the Titanic.
This is a Russian Navy boat. So it was a bunch of scientists are on this boat, and they were doing a study of certain stuff around the area, when all of a sudden a walrus came out from nowhere and it just attacked the boat, and they were, as it punctured the boat, they were desperately trying to get to shore before the boat would sink. You know, at first glance, they actually thought that they were looking at a beautiful mermaid. It wasn't until further inspection, like when they were under the water, that they saw that it was a walrus.
I imagine the walrus probably thought that, you know, there's this big, I'm not sure what color the boat was, but I imagine it was probably yellow or orange or some sort of exotic color. Maybe the walrus thought this was an enemy, you know, some fat fish swimming up above, and it needs to be attacked with these two teeth.
Maybe the walrus is trying to mate with the boat and thought that it was, you know, beautiful. That means there is a blind walrus out there that has no taste, no smell. It was very disappointing.
It is also possible that the walrus just simply wanted to ride the shore, and it was trying to get on, and since the flippers are too short, try to climb on the boat. Little did he know that the sides of the boat were made of hollow tubing filled with air. Like a little kid popping a balloon, you know, poof, disappointment.
I think maybe the walrus thought that Donald Trump was on board and just wanted to talk to him about climate change. Because it's happening, people. It's happening. What this just in? The Navy has gone on to recruiting the walrus, which has moved up the ranks extremely fast. It is Russia's new Minister of Self-Defense.
Self-defense.
It is now Russia's new Minister of Defense.
Jason, is there any word on what happened to the scientists after they, you know, got under the water and realized there was a walrus that sank their little unsinkable boat?
Well, I'm pretty sure that they were quite pissed off. They had used the GoPro and put it on the beluga whale instead of using it on this walrus.
That would be kind of ironic if they had stuck the GoPro on the walrus and then released him into the wild, and then when they're doing their expedition, that walrus comes back and they can watch footage of themselves sinking and then realize that that is a camera they placed themselves on the walrus. Did the scientists make it to shore okay?
Yeah, they did. They made it okay. Do you know that the scientists were stuck on land, middle of nowhere, for quite a long time? We do know that the walrus has let himself be captured by the United States and is now deep undercover as a spy at SeaWorld. It does say that the walrus did leave behind a really cushy job as a dentist because they have big teeth. Why do you have to make me tell you what the joke is? Now it's not that funny. Even the crickets aren't laughing.
It is rumored that the walrus did keep the inflatable boat now in a deflated mode, and he used it as a rug in his living room.
Thank you so much for joining us on another OTL Animal News. Please subscribe and hit that bell. Hit it! Because if not, I'm going to send a walrus to hit you. With love, of course. There's also links for all the stories down below.
For the real ones, anyway.
And remember, always support your local animal rescues. We'll see you next week.
Have a good night, everybody.